every year for the last 6 years during the month of June. During the year, we offer a wide range of workshops and panel discussions on evolving issues in governance. And the majority of these are held online, just as this global conference is, to easily facilitate participation throughout the Caribbean region. Today's conference, we have quite a few persons who have been joining us for the first time, but also a lot of returning persons. And I want to say hello and welcome to all of the team members from British American Insurance Trinidad Limited. They are, in fact, our newest members to CCGI. A very special hello and welcome to all of you. And also to Edward Millington from Barbados, whose membership was also very recently processed. We truly appreciate all of you. I also want to take time now to say a special appreciation and thank you to our sponsors. We have two sponsors this year, First Citizens Bank, a silver sponsor, and Pan Jamaica Group, returning as a bronze sponsor for the second year. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Let me also take a moment to reflect on the plight of our friends in Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. A Category 5 hurricane leaves devastating impact. And while Kingston was spared most of its fury, the country has suffered tremendous damage. Please note to our friends in Jamaica that the rest of us in the region are here to support you. The world is changing and the stakes has never been higher. While it's easy to feel that global forces are beyond our control, that doesn't truly have to be our reality. The current zero-sum game is creating tangible harm, from geopolitical instability to a warming planet that fuels more intense hurricanes in our region. So today, we want to shift the narrative. We have several global leaders who would be joining us over these 2 days, from India to South Africa, Malaysia, Botswana, New Zealand, and of course, many of our leaders here in the region as well. We are building a common vision for a future built on collaboration and win-win solutions. This is our call to help change the trajectory. Now, many of you would have received our detailed agendas with the profiles of these remarkable people who will be sharing their experience and expertise with us over the next 2 days. We'd like to thank them sincerely for making the time to be part of this conference. Just before we get to today's proceedings, though, I want to share a bit on our upcoming activities. Next week, we have a very critical panel discussion on the importance of audited financials for state enterprises. Our panelists are Ronnie Bissessa, Senior Counsel, former Chairman of CCGI and one of our founders, as well as Camille Facey, an attorney at law and our director out of Jamaica. Our chairman, Nigel Romano, will be participating in that panel to really bring the role of directors in ensuring that this very important task is completed. Later this month, we are hosting a week of activities at the Trinidad Hilton. So for those of you who prefer to have face-to-face training, we are hosting a 3-day workshop from November 17th to 19th entitled Excellence in Corporate Governance, Principles, Practice, and Performance. Here we would encourage boards to attend so that directors may sit together and have a deep dive in not just understanding the principles of corporate governance, but take the opportunity to review its practical application via your board committees, your board charters, and the way in which you provide oversight to build a sustainable organization. Our facilitator is Claire Gomez Miller, who I can tell you is tremendously, tremendously powerful as a facilitator. And I'm truly looking forward because I feel I too would learn a lot from that 3-day workshop. We followed this with our annual Corporate Secretaries Network event on Friday, November 21st, with a breakfast session that focuses on the dangers of poor governance as we take a look at directors behind bars. Later that afternoon, we have a fun activity that we have planned, a nature tour of the Caroni Swamp. And then on Saturday evening, we close off the year with our annual end-of-year networking event, which will be held at the Hilton Poolside in Trinidad this year after a very successful stint in Guyana next year. I would also like to share that our inaugural publication of CCGI's Constellation, a collector's edition publication that would highlight the people and companies in the CCGI network, has gone to print. This publication will give us the history of CCGI and illuminate and celebrate those who have contributed to our growth and development over the years. We intend to launch this publication at our end of year event. And so also we need to thank all of our sponsors. We really had outstanding advertising support for this publication. And we are really looking forward to receiving the final product from the printery in a few weeks' time. So as I said, there's so much happening with us. So if you're not yet a member, please do consider joining us either as an individual member or your organization can pay for bundle membership between 6 to 12 members. I also want to acknowledge and thank our CCGI team who are providing support this morning. Laura Sinanan, Monique Romano, and Quentrell de Silva. And very quickly, I want to make some housekeeping announcements. It's important to us that we identify who are the persons in the room with us because we don't run webinars. These are meeting rooms where everyone can very easily identify each other and engage with each other. So it's important that you be recognizable in the room. So please ensure your full name is captured on your screen. To ensure that we all have a good experience, we also ask that persons keep their microphones mute throughout the speaker's time so that there's no disruptive noises in your background that's going to impact the quality of our discussions. We love very interactive sessions, as many of you who were present here know. Therefore, at different times, you would be able to speak and contribute your thoughts, but we ask that you mute your mics as soon as you are done so that we have a really wonderful conference. And of course, you can place your comments in the chat and these would be brought to the attention of the moderators and the speakers. We would also put a survey link at the end of each of our panel discussions today. We'd appreciate it if you take 2 minutes and give us your feedback. This contributes greatly to ensuring that we meet your expectations. So now we move to what is going to be the major point of this conference, and this is to have the perspectives of some wonderful people share with us. I will begin by introducing our chairman, who will serve as the moderator for this opening panel. As I shared, the full profiles for everyone was provided in the detailed agenda. So if you have not yet received it, in fact, Laura, if you haven't done so, please put it in the chat as well so that everyone can receive it, because I'm just going to give a summary introduction of our chairman, who will then introduce his panel. So Nigel Romano, Dr. Nigel Romano is a globally experienced financial executive and chartered accountant whose distinguished career spans public accounting, international banking, and corporate leadership. As chairman of CCGI, he brings a rare combination of strategic vision, technical expertise, and a deep regional insight to the role. Nigel holds a BSc in Management Studies and MSc in Accounting from the University of West Indies, as well as an MBA from the Jack Welch Management Institute. He's a certified balanced scorecard professional and has built his career rooted in accountability, performance, and excellence. And the doctor comes from having been recently honored with a Doctor of Laws from the University of the West Indies. So as I shared, he has a very exciting background, having lived throughout Asia for over 15 years. I'll let you read that in the profile. But right now, Nigel, I want to hand over this panel to you because I know we're going to have an amazing time.
Thank you, Kamla, and good morning to all the participants. Our first panel, Geopolitical Shocks and Boardroom Readiness. And of course, we have Professor Bob Garrett, our global ambassador, Kanta Naika, I hope I pronounced that right, CEO of Africa Future Foresight Institute based in South Africa, and Pradeep Chaturvedi, Vice President, the Institute of Directors of India, and former Chairman, Institute of Engineers, Delhi, India. So, Bob Garrett is an international consultant and academic. He specializes in the review and development of boards of directors and works in 5 continents. He is best known for his long-selling book, The Fish Rots from the Head, Developing Effective Directors, and his follow-up book, Stop the Rot, Reframing Governance for Directors and Politicians, is proving much read during the COVID, or was much read during the COVID pandemic. His latest book, Shining a Light on a Naughty World, is a working title, is due for publication next year. Pradeep Chaturvedi, as I said, is the Vice President, Institute of Directors of India. He's a mechanical engineer and has been involved with environment and energy policy and planning and implementation of energy projects under the UN agencies for over 3 decades in India and other Asia-Pacific countries. For his lifetime contribution, he has been conferred Engineer of the Year 2013 Award of the Federation of Engineering Institutions of Asia and the Pacific. He was a member of the Perspective Planning Group of Planning Commission and member of the Energy Policy Expert Group. He is Vice President, World Environment Foundation and Institute of Directors of India. And Kanta is the founder, GovernX, and the CEO of Africa Future Foresight Institute. She's an accomplished governance and accounting professional with over 25 years of experience across the private, public, and non-profit sectors. A former chairperson of the board of the South African Institute of Professional Accountants, Kanta has led at the highest levels of governance, navigating complex organizational change, stakeholder engagement, and strategic foresight initiatives. She serves on the board of the Fetola Foundation, supporting enterprise and supplier development across Africa, and has recently joined Transform Global as an advisory board member for a South African chapter. So, we have a well-qualified panel. I see Bob has stepped away a little bit. But the topic is a very, very important one, given all that is happening in the world and the rise of geopolitical risk, very significant geopolitical risk. So I will let Bob open the button. Bob, you're on mute, I think. No, go ahead. You're not on mute. Go ahead, Bob.
Thank you, and greetings from a lovely, sunny but rather chilly London, late afternoon. So as you watch over the next hour, you'll see the light behind me disappear, as it's one of those awful times in London when it gets dark at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's good to see everybody, and my sympathies again to our colleagues in Jamaica. I mean, that is awful, and I don't know what I can do, but I will offer any help I can to them. The title of this session, Geopolitical Shocks and Boardroom Readiness, in one way, I've only got a one-word answer to the question, are boards ready? And the answer is no, full stop. None of us are. But then if you think about it, boards can never be ready, because the whole point about being a board is to look into a very uncertain future. And whatever you call that uncertain future, and there are various very fashionable words around at the moment, the one I tend to use is polycrisis, that we're having all sorts of things happening simultaneously, most of which we do not understand, but all of which we have to try and make some sort of sense of, to ensure that we have a future for our particular organization. So this whole notion of readiness is, I think, fundamental and something that the CCGI must really, and already is, but must really concentrate on in the future. The activity, though, is a strange one for most directors. I mean, Nigel, I will now update you on the title for my book, because I only signed the contract on Friday last week, and they have decided in the end, the book's title is Building Intelligent Boards, full stop. And this whole idea of intelligence, what it is and how we develop it, and includes artificial intelligence, but for the most part, the book is on very much human intelligence and the way in which artificial intelligence may or may not be able to back that up to some